What's up everybody and welcome to the first episode of Skyrim Mods Weekly. This is a tester series. I really want to know you guys' feedback on this, if I should continue the series. I probably will for a few weeks at least regardless, but basically I noticed a lot of YouTubers stopped covering Skyrim mods on a weekly basis. And I said, well, there's still a lot of cool mods coming out for the game, so why don't I fill that gap and try and make some weekly videos to keep you guys updated on the best mods coming out for Skyrim each week. Again, this is a bit of a tester series, so I really want some feedback in the comments down below. If you want to see more of the series, let me know by leaving a comment or a like or something. Either of those two will communicate that to me. If you do enjoy the content, I encourage you guys to consider subscribing. But with that, let's get right into it. So up first, we do have the Grandmaster URSINE armor. This adds in the famous armor from the Witcher series into Skyrim. The armor itself is really high quality, having a mix of 1K and 2K textures, as well as the cape does use cloth physics, so as you run around you'll have it flow in the wind. All the pieces of the armor are pretty modular. There are 4 different options for shoulder pads, some different gauntlets, as well as you could choose to have some bearskin around your neck or not. Although, is there really a choice there? This armor fits in perfectly into the Skyrim universe. At first glance, you really wouldn't notice it's not from the vanilla game, as the settings for The Witcher and Skyrim do have a lot of overlap. If you're a fan of the Witcher series or just really like this kind of armor, I would definitely recommend checking this one out. Nordic two-handed attack animations. This mod adds in a bunch of new animations for the greatsword. This includes new attack animations, a new sprint animation, a spin animation, and some walk animations. I really love mods that add in new animations. It's something so simple that you really don't notice until it's changed. But then once you do change it, it feels like a totally revamped game because, well, frankly, you swing your sword a lot, so you're gonna really notice these animations. They are a bit buggy around the edges. If you try and spam attack or just click too quickly, they'll kind of glitch out and start canceling each other and just get into a weird mess. But when they do work, they look absolutely amazing, especially the running animation. Holding the sword down like that is a much more realistic way to run, as well as the spin attack changes fit in perfectly. These animations look really sharp, and I'm really excited to see what this mod author does in the future. LEGERITY is actually a sword meant to be used with a mod coming in the future. Obviously a bigger mod than just a sword. With that being said, it is an extremely high quality and fancy looking sword. The hilt and handle of the sword just look expensive. It's the only way to describe it. There's a lot going on there, a lot of bended metals intertwining the weapon. It gives you a very royal or prestigious vibe. The blade itself is extremely high quality. Literally though, the poly count for this is very high, as well as the textures are 3K. When you get this thing bloodied, it looks so sharp, and in first person it really does blow you out of the water how much of a difference that higher quality makes as compared to a lot of the swords in the vanilla game. If this is the kind of quality going into each and every weapon for this upcoming mod, I'm going to be extremely excited to cover that, but for right now, this is definitely a good way to hold me over. The MYSTIQUE follower mod is going to be for 3 different kinds of people. 1, those who are fans of X-Men. 2, those who are into some kind of weird stuff involving some purple boobage and whatever else comes along with that. And 3, those of us who wanted a little bit of a different companion mod. So whichever of those categories you fall into, I would definitely recommend checking this mod out. Not fully voiced or anything like that, I like the MYSTIQUE follower mainly because it's different. The boobage aside, she is a combat mage, and it's really refreshing to use a follower that's not going to have some massive boobs or some really high-pitched voice with some pretty hair. MYSTIQUE is effective in combat and is a little bit more unique. Obviously, if you really like the X-Men series, I'm sure this would be awesome to have into the game, as well as she kind of just gets shit done. She's not going to have all these little side things to go on with her, but will run into battle at your side and help you take down whatever horses do combat you, even if that horse is your own. Last but not least, we do have ENDERAL. If you've been living under a rock somewhere and have not heard of this mod, Basically, it's a complete overhaul and conversion of Skyrim. I don't even think it's really fair to classify this as a Skyrim mod. Think of it as a new game using the Skyrim engine. It's going to add in new cities, new NPCs, tons of new quests, all in all about 30 hours of playtime. Putting this at the end of the video and covering it for a minute won't do it justice, so I'm going to have a bigger video on that later on, but I couldn't make this video without at least mentioning it. All in all, that's going to be it for this first episode of Skyrim Mods Weekly. I really want you guys to let me know in the comments what you thought of it, how I could improve, do you want to see the series continue, etc. As always, I thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.